So one thing a lot of people don't know about me is that years ago, in my early 20s, I was offered a contract with a record label, and it was a pretty prestigious label, and I looked at this contract, and I mean, everyone who sings, it's their dream to be offered the opportunity to make money doing that. But I was looking at this contract, and basically this company would own my songs, they would own me, they would own everything. They would tell me what songs I could and couldn't sing, and they would tell me what I was going to write about and what I wasn't going to write about. And I thought, this cannot be the way that God uses me. There's no way, because I'm not somebody who sits here and says that what I do is from my own ability. Everything that I have comes from God, and it's only through Him that I'm able to sing or write or anything. I mean, I don't play that well, but I know that the songs He's given me are His songs, and God decides what He wants to be heard and what He doesn't want to be heard. He tells me what to write about and what not to write about. And so it really wasn't a hard or a difficult decision to say no. I turned down the offer, and then a couple of companies sent me offers to buy my songs. And again, it was the same deal. They would decide who sang the songs. They would own the songs. And they would decide what the songs were going to be about, basically. They said if they didn't like the general idea of the song, they would make some tweaks here and there to change what these songs were about. And again, I thought, these are not my songs, it's God's songs. I have a responsibility to do right by Him and to do what's right in His eyes. And so again, I turned it down, and I've had people tell me, you're crazy, what were you thinking? Now look at you, you're working 2 jobs, you could be set up, you could have had your family set up by now. But if God wants me to sing, then God will put me in the position to sing. And if God doesn't want me to, then I will sing for Him, and I will sing for whatever audience He wants me to reach. It's not about me, it's about Him. And I mean, I won't lie and sit here and say that I haven't gotten discouraged about it and thought, why did you give me this desire and this gift if you didn't want me to use it? And I've had moments where I thought, Lord, I've prayed so hard and said, Lord, the songs you've given me, just give them to somebody else, because I don't have the platform to get them out. And there's a world that needs to hear your words and your music. You gave them to me, and you want others to hear them, but I don't have that ability and that platform, so please give them to somebody else. And I've asked Him to take the gift away from me. But for some reason, maybe it's just to encourage me, I don't know, but for some reason, He consistently gives me these songs, and He gives me this love for Him and for His music. And ever since I was a little girl, I've always had this desire to hear God's voice and His words and His music. And my mom told me when I was little, I would disappear, and she would say, where were you? And I would say, Jesus was with me, He was teaching me new songs. And I don't remember that, I wish I did, but I've always known, since I can remember, that music was something that I was called to. In what capacity that is, that's for God to decide, not me. But I do know that I have a responsibility to Him and to His gift. And people have also asked me, why don't you go on American Idol or on The Voice, or try to get on those shows? But the thing is, I've prayed about that, and I realize I'm not doing this for man. And if I went on those shows, then it would be men who decided whether or not I was meant to sing. It would be men who judged me and decided whether or not I was good enough to have a platform and what kind of platform I would have. And they would be the ones giving me that ability. If God wants me to do it, He'll open His own doors. He'll make His own way. And I'm not judging anybody who goes on those shows or saying that they're in the wrong. I'm just saying, for me personally, that's the conviction I reached, that would not be God opening those doors. It would be me asking men to open doors for me that only God should be opening, because I have such a responsibility to God's songs and to His words and music that I can't give that away to the world. And I don't know if that makes sense. The way that it does in my mind, I don't know if I'm saying it the right way, but I can't give that to anybody else. I have to be responsible for it and do right by God. And just because he gave me an ability doesn't mean I can just go around using it any way I want to. And I mean, there was a point in time where I thought, I want to be a singer, I want to be famous, I want to be rich, I want to be all this. But as I grew in my faith and grew in my walk with God, that changed. And I gave him my music, I gave him my desire to sing, and I gave him everything. And I said, whatever capacity you want to use me in, God, that is your choice and your decision. And I will love you, and I will follow you, and I will go where you lead me. And I mean, he changed the desire from being about me to being about him. And so no longer, it's not anymore about what I want to do or what I want people to see me as being capable of doing. It's about God. And I'd rather have Jesus than silver or gold. I'd rather have him than riches untold.
to me.